Welcome back to the deep dive. You know the drill. You're here because you want the knowledge and you want it fast.
That's right. No time to waste.
And today we're looking at something that could be a real game changer in finance. It's, well, they're calling it Brain AGI math fractals, whatever that is.
Yeah, it sounds pretty complex.
Yeah, and you sent over some pretty wild stuff about it. Our goal here is to, cut through the noise
Thanks
and
for that.
figure out what this technology actually claims to do.
Right. Get to the bottom of it.
Especially when you consider a company like Optiver getting involved. They're huge in the high-frequency trading world.
Yeah, major player. So let's see how this Brain AGI could shake things up there.
Right. So the material makes some pretty bold claims. I mean, they're saying this Brain AGI can invest hours ahead of everyone else.
Interesting.
Like they contrast Warren Buffett's long game with Jim Simons, who's, more high frequency.
Ah, right.
And they even mention, Simons pulled off a 66% return over 33 years. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. What's interesting is that this Brain AGI seems to be somewhere in between those two,
Oh, yeah.
Not as long-term as Buffett, but maybe not as rapid fire as typical high-frequency trades.
Huh. So like a middle ground.
Yeah, like they're looking for a predictive edge in that sweet spot.
Gotcha. And bringing up Simons, he really killed it with that quant trading approach.
For sure.
So they're setting the bar pretty high with that comparison.
Yeah, absolutely. High expectations.
And then they start talking about Optiver. Like, they're a powerhouse in high-frequency trading.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
So the idea is that their tech, all their fancy systems, could make this Brain AGI even more powerful. Like they've been around since '86, they're global, and they're all about making markets more efficient.
So putting this cutting-edge AI in the hands of a high-speed trading giant.
Yeah, that's the suggestion. Could be a wild combination.
Yeah, powerful synergy there, potentially. So then they get into specifics. They claim that on, get this, April 4th, 2025, Brain AGI math fractals beat Jim Simons' daily returns.
Whoa, hold on. They're saying it outperformed Simons.
That's what they say. And they even give an example like proof.
Okay, let's hear it.
They claim a 100,000 yen investment became 179,360 across 11 currencies in just one day.
Wow, in a single day. That's a huge jump.
Yeah, it's a lot. So then they break down this Brain AGI. It supposedly has two main parts, TOM and TOG.
TOM and TOG, what are those acronyms?
Yeah, so TOM is turn, opportunity Mandelbrot mean reversion trades.
Okay, and TOG.
That's trend following, Mandelbrot thumbprint of God's self, similar repeating fractals.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Right. So it sounds like they're trying to predict, when a trend might reverse and when it'll keep going using something called fractal math.
Fractal math. Okay, so think of it like this. Fractal math is about finding patterns that repeat at different scales.
Like what?
Like, you know how a small branch of a tree kind of looks like the whole tree itself?
Yeah.
So Tom and TOG supposedly use this to, find and trade on these super complex repeating patterns in how prices move.
Right. So, like Tom might look for when the market goes a little crazy, then comes back to normal.
Exactly. Like a quick deviation from the average.
And TOG is looking for those wave-like patterns.
Yeah, those repeating patterns suggesting the trend is going to keep going.
Gotcha. Then they say prices usually stay above the Brain AGI's call options and below its put options, like 90% of the time.
90%, huh? That's pretty high.
Yeah. So it's like they're saying it's super accurate in its predictions.
If they can actually do that consistently, that's pretty remarkable.
Right. So it seems like Optiver could really use this thing.
Yeah, the potential fit is definitely there.
Right.
If this Brain AGI is as good as they say, Optiver's already top-notch trading strategies could go into overdrive.
Totally. They've got the speed and scale to act on those predictions,
Exactly. They could really capitalize on those insights, potentially make some serious gains. And the material even says, this Fractal Maths Engine is ready to go right now, like 24/7 operation.
Non-stop. And they even mentioned Optiver Sydney could have an advantage.
Oh, how's that?
Because of the time difference with New Zealand. They're like 4 hours ahead, right?
Right.
So they'd get a little sneak peek at the market before everyone else.
Yeah, that's a potential edge for sure. Could be a real head start if they're acting on this Brain AGI's predictions.
So basically, the big claims here are this Brain AGI, using fractal math, can see market moves hours before anyone else.
That's the idea, yeah.
And they're pointing to that crazy single-day return as proof.
Right, that big jump in value.
And they think a firm like Optiver, with all their tech and global reach, could turn those insights into, well, a ton of money.
Yeah, that's the potential synergies they're highlighting, right? Brain AGI's speed and predictions combined with Optiver's trading infrastructure.
Okay, so here's a question for all of you listening. If AI could actually make those kind of returns, and that fast, what would that mean for the whole financial world? Would it change how everyone invests?
Big implications, yeah.
Yeah, it could be huge. What happens to traditional investing? Do markets even work the same way anymore?
It really makes you think.
It does. Makes you wonder about all the changes and disruptions coming our way. Thanks for diving in with us, everyone.
Always a pleasure.
Yep.
Until next time.